Hello, and thank you for watching Great Fermentations video on the Blichmann BrewEasy. In this video, we hope to introduce you to the BrewEasy, go over all the parts and assembly of the system, and give you a demonstration of how to use it. The Blichmann BrewEasy is a modular brewing system that recirculates wort through two kettles during the mash, one sitting on top of the other. The grains are mashed in the top kettle, and the bottom acts as a reservoir for the wort. After the mash is completed, the remaining liquid from the top kettle is allowed to drain into the bottom, which then becomes the boil kettle. Brewing on the BrewEasy is fast, effective, and most importantly, easy. First, let's look at the components involved in the BrewEasy system. While the Blichmann BrewEasy is available for purchase as a complete system, those already owning some of the components, such as a Blichmann BoilerMaker kettle, can purchase only the components they need to complete the system. We'll start by going over what is required for the BrewEasy system. The BrewEasy requires two Blichmann BoilerMaker pots. There are 3 arrangements depending on what batch size you want to make. For a 5-gallon batch, a 7.5-gallon and a 10-gallon Boilermaker are required. This is the setup we will show in this video. For a 10-gallon batch, a 15-gallon and a 20-gallon Boilermaker are required. For a 20-gallon batch, 2 30-gallon Boilermaker pots are required. In addition to the Blichmann BoilerMaker pots, a false bottom for the upper pot is required. An adapter lid kit is also required. This can be viewed as the heart of the BrewEasy system. The adapter lid kit includes the following components: 1 adapter lid for the 5 and 10-gallon systems, or 1 adapter ring for the 20-gallon system. This allows one kettle to sit on top of the other. 1 auto-sparge level control valve. This allows water to recirculate at a constant rate without overflowing. 1 drain tube with nut. This controls drainage from the top kettle to the bottom. One of the included orifices is inserted into the nut to control flow. 1 rubber orifice kit, which comes with 7 different orifices. Each orifice is marked with a number corresponding to the approximate flow rate in gallons per minute that will flow through the orifice. These range from 0.5 to 2 gallons per minute. 1 1/2-inch NPT stainless steel street elbow. 2 1/2-inch NPT hex nipples. 1 length of 1/2-inch ID bulk silicone hose. 2 1/2-inch elbow quick connectors. 2 1/2-inch straight quick connectors, and 4 hose clamps. These are shown fully assembled into 2 lengths of hose with 1 of each type of quick connector at either end, each clamped on with an included hose clamp. A heat source is also required. Blichmann Engineering offers a top-tier burner for use with propane that can be adapted for use with natural gas with the natural gas orifice purchased separately. In addition, Blichmann also offers a boil coil electric immersion heater for electric brewing systems. A pump of some sort is also required. Blichmann Engineering recommends the use of a pump throttling valve for use with the system. This is all that is needed to operate the BrewEasy. However, there are some optional components that can be used as well. The Tower of Power and Tower of Power LTE can be used with the system for precise automated control. Shown in this video is the Tower of Power LTE and the pump. The Tower of Power LTE is a compact stand for space-restricted users that can be collapsed. Not included in this video is the optional kettle cart, which is a modular cart that can add mobility to your BrewEasy system. Now that we've covered the components of the BrewEasy, it's time to put it together. Before starting, we install a 1/2-inch NPT hex nipple onto the outlet on the bottom kettle. Make sure to use high-quality Teflon tape on all threaded connections. Connections made with quick connector fittings do not require the use of Teflon tape. If you have a Tower of Power, you can install the ignition electrode on the burner as shown here. The ignition electrode is bent and cut to be directly above a manifold outlet, leaving a 3/16 to 1/4 inch space between the outlet and the electrode. We will also install the street elbow and the other hex nipple on the top kettle. In addition, we will install the false bottom and auto sparge on the top kettle. Place the bottom kettle on the heat source. In this case, we install it on the top of our Blichmann top-tier burner. The burner retaining arms have been adjusted to accommodate the 10-gallon Boilermaker kettle. Next, install the adapter lid or adapter ring on the boil kettle. The 5 and 10-gallon systems use the adapter lid as shown here. The 20-gallon system uses the adapter ring. Install the top kettle on the top of the adapter lid or ring. This kettle will act as the mash tun. Next, we will install the drain tube assembly. Before attaching the drain tube assembly to the hex nipple on the mash tun, you need to install one of the rubber orifices in the nut on the drain tube in order to control the recirculation flow rate. The drain tube assembly will feed through the hole in the assembly lid and connect to the hex nipple on the mash tun. Lastly, install the hoses. You will connect a shorter hose between the bottom kettle and the pump, making sure the pump is at the lowest point possible. The elbow quick connector side of the tubing will connect to the hex nipple on the kettle, and the straight quick connector side will connect to the pump inlet. Install a longer length of hose in the same manner between the auto sparge and the pump throttling valve on the outlet of the pump, making sure to connect the elbow quick connector side of the tubing to the auto sparge and the straight quick connector side to the pump outlet. The elbows, connected in this manner, will help keep the hose from kinking. Now that the system is assembled, let's brew. We won't go into the finer details of all grain brewing in this video. We will simply explain how to brew on the BrewEasy. First, calculate how much water you will need for your brew. Close all the valves and add about half of your total water volume to each kettle. Adjust the position of the auto sparge arm by loosening the wing nut and moving the arm so that the sliding piston is in the open position. Heat your water to strike temperature by first opening all valves fully and turning on your pump. You can add water salts and acids at this point. Gently add the grist to the mash tun, stirring as you add the grains. At this point, you may have to adjust the float arm in order to have it sit about 1 to 2 inches above the grain bed when in the off position. Once the grain has been properly hydrated and the dough-in is complete, open all valves and turn on the pump to begin recirculation. You can add heat by manually firing your heat source, or allow it to be done automatically if using the tower of power. Raking the top 1/3 of the grain bed without disturbing the bottom 2/3 of the grain bed can help increase efficiency and ensure an even temperature throughout the grain bed. Mash and recirculate until starch conversion is complete. Once the mash is completed, turn off the pump and close the valve on the bottom kettle. Leave the valve on the mash tun fully open. Turn on your heat source to begin bringing the wort to a boil. In about 20 minutes, your wort will have completely drained from the mash tun. At this point, you can scoop out the spent grains, remove the drain tube and hose connected to the auto sparge, and remove the mash tun and adapter lid. From this point on, the bottom kettle will act as your boil kettle. Congratulations! You have just successfully used the BrewEasy system. Proceed as normal with your boil. The BrewEasy is a fully contained system for quickly and easily brewing all grain beer with a minimal footprint. We hope you've enjoyed this video. Let us know if you have any questions or comments. Take care, and may all your fermentations be great fermentations.